All right, welcoming you to Therapeutic Yoga today. Thank you for joining me in whatever state of being you are in. I'm so grateful that you made your way here. I want to get started right away with a seated posture and your feet on the earth. And you can begin by noticing what it feels like to rock the feet, lifting the toes, lifting the heels. Lifting the toes, lifting the heels, and then letting the feet just rest for a moment. Got my seat on the chair. I'm sitting up nice and tall. What does this mean for me, sitting up nice and tall? I have this bun on the top of my head that gives me 2 inches of extra height. And I imagine that, I can grow out of this spot, lengthening the back of my neck and relaxing my shoulders down. That's just a little yoga humor. And then from here, I'm going to allow the breath to come in through my nose and out through my mouth. Easy breaths coming into our class today. However you're feeling, whether you're here live or watching the recording, you are welcome. So you could soften the gaze down or close the eyes if you haven't already. And just spend a moment tuning in to how you're feeling in your body. This centering exercise is a good way into our practice. It helps us make decisions throughout the rest of the session. So noticing how your body is feeling in areas where you tend to develop tension. Only you know what that is, where those are. So you could move your mind to those areas and just take stock. Still breathing in, breathing out. Kind of sliding the mind down. Little body scan. And maybe not ascribing any particular judgment or value like that is good or that is bad, but just recognizing, okay, I'm a little tight in my shoulder. I have a little bit of this or that giving me feedback. And then from here, we'll come into a little bit of breathing together. I'm going to take my hand or hands onto my belly. Or I could take a hand onto my belly, a hand onto my chest. Trying not to touch the microphone. And I'm just going to notice the vibration that these breath makes in my body. So I inhale, and as I exhale, the mouth is closed. I just create a humming sound. Letting the belly be soft. And one more. Releasing the hands down into the lap. And that is just a wonderful way for us also to connect. Even though I can't necessarily hear your vibration, we are creating a vibration at the same time and trusting on some level that we are connecting in that way. So from here, I'm going to begin to move a little bit. I'll bring my chin to the right and come back to center. Inhale, chin to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, tuck the chin down. Exhale, back to center. We'll do that again, breathing into the right. Slow exhale to center. Breathing into the left. Slow exhale to center. In, lifting up. Exhaling back to center. Inhale, tucking down. Exhale, back to center. Now we're going to add some vowel sounds to this to further relax the neck. Breathing into the right as we come back to center, we'll make the sound ah. Inhaling to the left as we come back to center, ooh. Inhale, lifting the chin up. Back to center, E. Inhale, tucking the chin down. Back to center, mm. And one more round of Brahma Mudra. Inhale to the right, exhale back to center, ah. Inhaling left, exhale back to center, ooh. Inhale, lift, back to center, E. Inhaling, tucking the chin down, back to center, Beautiful, friends. Let's bring the arms down at the sides. Wiggle the fingers. Make sure you have space around you so that you can float your wings out and up and to heart center. Breathing in, arms or arm rising out and up. And to heart center, going to take really good care of myself today. If I'm caring for any particular injuries or discomfort in joints, I'm going to modify accordingly. It's like my little disclaimer I have to say at the beginning of every class. You do you. Breathing in, arms rise. Breathing out, hands to heart center. Taking 3 more arm salutes. It's your own pace, your own breath pace. Reaching up, grabbing on to a little bit of something you might need today. Stability, ease, whatever it is. We'll take the hands to heart center and rub the hands together. I will interlace my fingers and squeeze the hands together, kind of massage here in between the fingers, sockets, and then I'll press my palms away. Juice up the finger joints. And I started writing in my journal again, friends. Lifting the arms up and then releasing the arms down. And I realized how much less I use my hands and my wrist this way. So that when I began to journal, lifting my shoulders up, back, and down, when I began to journal, my hand would start cramping up after like a page of writing. I want to go back to the good old days of letter writing. Anybody with me? Yes, I see some people nodding their heads, yes, and thumbs up. Let's bring the right arm out to the right. I'm going to press my palm away, and I might just wag my palm up and down a few times. And if I'm right-handed, this might be my letter writing hand. And I'm going to keep my palm lifted and tilt my left ear towards my left shoulder and begin to circle that palm. Can you breathe in? Breathe out, the palm comes down a little bit. Breathe in, easy breath. Exhale, the palm comes down a little bit more. And one more. Palm coming all the way down and behind the back. I can take a breath in. As I exhale, I'll spin my chin down. Taking another breath here, letting everything relax. And releasing to center and switching sides. Before we switch sides, just notice, how does your right side feel versus your left side? And then we'll take that left arm out to the left. Maybe you're left-handed. This is your letter writing hand. Wagging the palm. Up and down, up and down. And then I'll keep my palm lifted. Tilt my right ear to my right shoulder. That's right. Nieces are giving each other a high five there. And circling the palm. Easy breath in. As I exhale, the palm comes down a little bit. Breathing in. Exhale, palm down. One more breath. Palm coming down. And then behind the back if there's room there to do so. Easy breath, spinning the chin down. Letting the shoulders and the jaw relax. And then I'll come back up and just open both arms out to the sides. Bring the palms back a little bit, push the heart forwards. I'm really stretching my pec muscles, my chest muscles here. And I might also be arching my back a little bit. And then I'll swing the arms in front. Today I'm going to clasp my fingers together and pull the arms away from my body so that I can create some space underneath the shoulder blades. Inhale, open wide. Maybe the palms come back a little farther, or wherever they were before is fine too. And then interlace, pull the arms away. Maybe tuck the chin. Inhale, open wide, last one. Exhale, grab the palms, pull the arms away from the body. Big breath, and then let it go. Let the arms dangle, lean the heart forward, and just swing the arms. Letting go of the tension in the neck, the jaw, the shoulders, the arms. Beautiful, friends. I'll take a little bit of space between my feet. A little bit of space between my feet, noticing my pelvic bowl. This is what I refer to as my pelvic bowl. So I could take a hand onto my lower abdomen, a hand onto the small of my back. And I'm going to see if I can create even just a little subtle movement here. Tilting my bowl forward and accentuating the lumbar curve. Tilting my bowl back and maybe flattening the lumbar curve just a little bit if there's no pain there when you do that. And finding a little bit of movement here. This feels really good to me when I do it laying on my back on the floor with my knees bent. And I can kind of see how my back is doing. And then I'll come to what feels like a nice stable place for my pelvic bowl. So I am using core muscles here to stay lifted, and I'm getting a little bit of opening in my hips just in this sort of lower goddess shape, we'll call it. And then I'll bring my arms out to the sides for the upper goddess shape. My elbows are bent, my palms are open, receptive. And then I might just bring my elbows back a little tiny bit, squeezing, and then closing the forearms and the palms, putting some pressure there. Inhale, opening wide, nice and strong, open heart. Exhale, the forearms, the palms touch, squeeze together. Inhale, open wide, that's good, Joe. Exhale, squeeze, maybe a firm squeeze there. And we'll take one more. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then relax and roll the wrists on the way down. Rolling the wrists on the way down. And then I'll just rest my left hand on my left leg. And I'll begin to bring my right arm up. I might reach over to the side a little bit, still anchoring down through my sit bones. Coming back to center. Inhale that left arm up as far as feels safe, reaching to the right. Good. Moving from side to side at your own pace. Right arm reach. See if you can also let that left shoulder relax. Coming back to center. Left arm reaching up and over. Keeping those little muscles between the ribs called the intercostals, keeping them supple. Good. Last one. Side bending. It never gets old. We don't really make this motion in our day-to-day life, and so this kind of can become very inelastic, and it can contribute to poor breathing, right? So that's one reason why we do it in every single class. Okay, so let's go ahead and stir the pot. I'm going to take my hands to my knees, and I'll just begin to, I might start slow today if I'm having a a slower kind of day. And you can notice all of the intricacies of the spine. And that pelvic bowl might be tipping forward and back a little bit. Coming back the other direction. As I breathe, I move. As I move, I breathe. They are interrelated. They are in a beautiful sympathetic arrangement. All right, and then I'm coming back to center. I'm going to pick up my toes, pick up my heels, walk my feet back to center, and then I'll extend my right leg out with the heel on the earth. I'm at the very edge of my seat in anticipation for what's coming next. Just kidding. I'm going to pump my foot. Pumping my foot down and up. And noticing, can I get my foot all the way down? Can I get my whole sole of my foot down or not quite? Just noticing, kind of taking stock today. Pumping the foot, petting the kitty. You can do them at the same time. And then switching sides, left leg out, pumping the foot. And I did do one social media post advertising this class that was a picture of a dog. I was dog sitting. And it was an invitation to bring your dog with you into our classes on Zoom. So I said fur babies though, so that would apply to your cats as well. Thumbs up. All right, and then I'll come back to center. And then what I'll do is I'll scoot to the back of my chair. Scooting to the back of my chair. I kind of want to turn on some of my big core muscles now, and that would include the hip flexors. So scooting to the back of the chair, and maybe I even hold on to the chair, and I'm going to lift both legs up. I might bring my feet and my knees together, and I might feel safe bringing my arms straight out in front and really zipping up my core. I'm pushing the legs towards each other. That bun on the top of my head is reaching into, it could be picked up by an alien culture, right? So I'm connecting with the heavens above, and then I'm releasing. Very good. Massage the tops of the legs. You could do that same thing again, or you might edge forward a little bit in your chair. So turning on some of these core muscles, lifting one or both legs up, squeeze the legs together, lift the arms, find your breath, rooting down through your sit bones, reaching up through the crown of your head. You got it. And then release, massage the tops of the legs. Take a breath. I think I forgot to cue the breathing there. And then we'll come forward even a little bit more. And you're going to have to kind of test it out. Am I too far forward? Will I fall out of my chair? So I want you to be safe, number one. And then I'll pick up both legs, squeeze them together, sit up nice and tall. Option to bring one or both arms straight out. Easy breath in, side out the mouth. Even if it's just one leg. All right, and then we're massaging the tops of the legs. And we're going to take 3 breaths together. 3 lion's breaths. So I'll bring my claws out. I'm leaning forward, ready to pounce, but I'm relaxed in my shoulders. And I'm looking to smooth out tension in my jaw and my neck by opening my mouth, sticking my tongue out. And this is the roaring lion. One more. Beautiful. Rubbing my hands together, just real quick. I'm going to circumnavigate my facial muscles. So I like to start smoothing out my brow and sliding to the sides down the jawline, just making a little face framing motion. You can do what feels best to you. Maybe you get into one spot and you realize, oh, this is a lot of tension here. And we kind of forget all about our faces. I might come and smooth out my sinuses, moving the sinuses away from the sinuses to my cheekbones. Maybe I get into my lower jaw. And I could take 2 fingers and just do a little circle around the jaw, the hinge of the jaw muscles. And I could open my mouth, close my mouth, see how that feels. Anything else that feels good to you? That's good. And then I'll release that down. Okay, zipping up our core muscles. I'm going to walk in place for a moment. We will do this standing too, but I just want to warm up today. Walking in place while seated. Breathing, lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. Easy breaths. One more on each side. Good, and then we'll bring the feet down and see how it would feel really run in place. Stamping the feet. And my neighbor below will wonder, what is she doing up there? And then releasing and noticing all that energy in the feet. So, apparently we do have some chakras or, energy wheels on the bottom of our feet too. And this is a way we can draw up that earth energy, draw up the energy from the earth. So before we stand up, I do want to address the toes. We'll do this seated today instead of standing. So I'll lift all 10 toes, spread them wide, dig them back down. You could just stay lifting the toes and spreading them wide. And maybe you want to add pressing the big toe down, lifting little toes up. Pressing the little toes down, lifting the big toes up. Bringing some freedom into your feet. Maybe you have it in your bandwidth today to press the big toes, the pinky toes, and lifting all the little toes between and saying, hello there, I am an advanced yoga practitioner. I'm just kidding. All right, and you can work on this on your own whenever you like. So coming to stand, I'm going to take this transition slowly. I'm never in a hurry. I'm going to make it safe for me, whatever that means. Coming to stand using whatever support I need. And if I need to stay sitting today, that is always an option. Let the breath lift you up. I'm coming to stand. And I might just take a big stretch when I get here. Maybe I could grab onto one wrist and pull it to one side. Grab onto the other wrist, pull it to the other side. So I'm side bending, kind of seeing how long I can make my body. And then I'll release from here and just bring my heart forward and swing my arms a little bit. You got it. All right, so turning on some of the major muscles. Maybe you don't have time for much yoga one day, but you know you need to kind of warm up a little bit before you get going. You can do some chair pulses. So I'll take my feet about hips width distance apart. I'm going to sink down into my knees, and I'm going to bring my hips back. So I'm sort of leaning forward a little bit. I'm taking the shape of a chair somewhat. I'm tucking my chin. And today I'm going to bring my arms back behind me and squeeze my shoulder blades so my chest is sort of open. As I inhale, I'm going to swing and scoop everything up. As I exhale, I'm going to plug back in and bring the arms back. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, grounding down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Easy breath. Last one. Good. I might stay here for a moment with my hands to heart center. bring my pelvic bowl back a little bit, right? So if I'm really accentuating the lumbar curve, that might put some pressure on my low back. I'm going to kind of bring that back, push my feet apart from each other. My legs are on fire, right? I'm really strengthening my muscles here. One more breath, and then release. Good job, guys. Step it out, walk it out. Take a sip of water if you need it. And then I'll take a stretch for my back. If you're somebody caring for vertigo, you might keep the head lifted. My goal here is to stretch the back of my legs, to lengthen my spine, and find my breath traveling to the back of my body. I could even wag my tail a little bit. And when you're ready, come on up. Moving from down dog to warrior one. Stepping my right foot forward. The left foot is back. My hips are pointed to my chair, and this might mean something has to shift with my back foot. If I feel wobbly when I get here, like I'm walking on a wire, I'll walk my right foot to the right and sink into my right knee, squeezing that left glute muscle. So options here, you could take the hands to heart center, right? Or maybe you want to flow with me a little bit. I'm going to inhale, my arms up, straightening my right leg, and exhale, sinking into the right knee, hands to heart center. Breathing in, rising up, breathing out, sinking down. You could always have a hand on the chair. Let's do one more. And we'll stay here for a moment and find some steadiness. Tipping that pelvic bowl back, squeezing the left glute muscle. One more breath. That's beautiful. And then coming out of it nice and slow. I'll take my hands to my hips, straighten my legs. Begin to pour my heart forward. I could stay with my hands on my hips, slide my hand down my leg, or I could bring my forearms or any part of my hands onto my chair. Give myself a little extra support today. Tucking my chin. That's good, Joe. Finding my breath, nice flat back. Easy breaths. You've got it, Larry. And walking myself up nice and slow. Stepping the left foot forward and just for a moment standing. Noticing the difference between my right and my left sides. Where I feel energy flowing perhaps. Where I feel a little bit of suppleness in the right side of the body. And then we'll switch it up. Left foot forward, right foot back at an angle, and those hips are pointed towards my chair here. Nice wide stance. Squeezing that right glute muscle. So we've got the foundation. Option to flow with me. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale, sinking down. Easy breaths. Two more. And last one. Come to your warrior one for a moment. Find a little bit of steadiness. Where can you relax? Where can you stabilize? One more breath. And release. Taking the hands to the hips, shortening the stance. Both legs are straight. Pouring my heart forward. I tuck my chin. I'm trying not to round my back. And I'll use my chair if I like. Finding my breath. Maybe even sighing it out the mouth. You've got it. Walk yourself up. Nice and slow. All right. Marching in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg. strolling down the avenue. And this is definitely not how I walk down the avenue, but the slower I go, the more I'm balancing on one leg. So this might not be for you, right? If you're feeling wobbly today, you can take a hand to the chair. Maybe you want to slow it down even further. And you notice when you do this, that opposite arm is sort of like a counterbalance. And this is basically kind of to distill it down why we use our arms in walking and why I would recommend that, you think about arm movement while you're out walking. It's for balance. All right, one more on each side. And then taking that wide stance. Wide stance, soft knees, soft hips, arms to the sides. Create a sphere around you, twisting to the right, twisting to the left. Finding your breath on the way. Only looking at a few things around the room. This is the sort of ballerina trick, right? We're fixing our gaze on one or two things rather than letting the eyes slide all around so we don't get dizzy. And this twisting of my torso, really great for me, kind of getting my metabolism flowing, getting my digestion moving. I'm going to take one more on each side. Coming back to center and giving myself a hug. I could tuck the chin, easy breath in, easy breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. All right, and relaxing the arms, leaning forward, and once again we'll swing the arms. All right. Come on up when you're ready. Take the feet back about hips distance apart. And I'll grab onto my chair when I'm ready. I'm just going to stand on one leg today. See how it would feel to start to bring the weight over into the right leg. Pick up the left heel. Before I do anything, I'm just going to squeeze the muscles that are going to help me here, like my right glute muscle, my abdominal muscle that we were working when we were doing that seated chair pose. And I could just hug my leg to my other leg and see how that would feel to just stand on one leg, that one strong tree trunk. Inhaling that earth energy up through the foot. You've got it, nice and solid. Relaxing into the wobble when it comes. And when you're ready to release out of it, coming out of it nice and slow. And kicking out that right knee. Looks like some of you have been practicing. Really nice. So little bendy bounce. Weight will come over into the left foot. I'm going to see how it feels first. Lifting up my heels, squeezing that glute muscle, using my core, hugging it all in. Finding what feels like stability to me. That might mean with my hand on the chair the whole time. And I'm taking some easy breaths. The side could feel different. So just flowing within that. And very often, if we're right hand dominant, the left side could feel more challenging. Finding your breath, one more breath. And releasing it. Very good. Very good. That Qigong you've been doing, Emily, down in Florida has really been good to keep your balance, maintain your balance. Kicking it out. Take a little wide stance, then the toes are pointed apart. I'm going to sink into my knees a little bit. The knees and the toes, I'm going to try to point them in the same direction. And I feel a little bit like Charlie Chaplin when I get to this, right? Bending my knees, and then maybe it's one or it's both arms in my cactus shape, like we were doing the goddess pose in the seat. Now we're doing it standing. I'll inhale and reach for the stars. As I exhale, I'll sink back down, maybe a little bit deeper. I could tilt my pelvic bowl back, really root down. Inhale, lifting up. You've got it. And sinking down. Let's take one more nice strong star pose, coming down into the mud and maybe even moving the hips around within this shape if it felt safe to do so. And coming up nice and slow. Feel those muscles working. Give yourself a hug. Take a breath. And then I'll just reach back with my fists and massage up and down the length of my low back, my spine. And I might, if this feels safe for me, I might keep my fists there and just lift my heart a little bit. Squeeze my elbows towards each other. I'm still rooting down, squeezing my glute muscles. And I might lift my chin a little bit unless it's contraindicated for me because of neck issues or vertigo. And then releasing from there, from our standing camel pose. So taking a moment to hydrate if that is what you need. Me with all the, it feels very dry here lately, although it's raining right now. Like inside, feels dry. Oh, I love it, Larry. Runaway gingerbread man. Really nice. So let's go ahead and take one more motion here. I'm going to take my hands to heart center and take a little bend to both knees. And I'm just going to move from side to side, bringing my weight to one foot, into the other. I'm going as slowly or as quickly as I like. I might begin to come up onto the tip toe of the foot I'm leaning away from. If I felt safe doing so, I could do a little kick, lift off, kick, lift off. Maybe you'd like to open the arms for counterbalance. Right? Maybe you hold onto the chair the whole time, whatever feels best for you. One more on each side. And that is just so much fun. I love that. Then release the arms down. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the hands to heart center. If you want a little extra strengthening, you can sink down, come into your chair pose. Inhale, arms rise out and up. Exhale, sink down, chair pose. One more, inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Stay here for the next 20 minutes and I'll be right back. All right, just kidding. Come on out of that. Rub the hands together. I want to take us to a chair version of Warrior Two. And this actually can be more intense for some people in the chair in terms of opening the hips. If you're somebody who just really wants to practice it standing, you can do that. But I'd like you to try it seated if possible. So I come to sit, bearing in mind if you have hip issues, right, you might not push yourself to the max on this one. I'm going to bring my right foot over to the right. So you can see my knee and my toe are pointed in the same direction here. Then I might stretch my left foot forward with the heel of the ground on the earth and the toe up. This might be my safe place for my hips. If there's farther to travel, you could try sliding this left foot back and maybe the sole of the foot comes onto the ground. And this could put quite a lot of pressure on the hips. So you decide what feels best for you. You notice my torso is still pointing towards you. And if you get here and it feels okay for now, then you can stay. I'm going to lift both arms out to the sides and bring my gaze over my right middle finger. Everything is squeezing, right? The muscles are squeezing along my bones, in my legs. You've got it, Emily, beautiful. Finding my breath. I could flip my right hand and trace the ceiling, bringing my left hand down to my left leg, getting an extra stretch here with reverse warrior. And then coming back to my warrior two. Breathing in, reversing my warrior, moving at my own pace. And warrior two. And we'll take one more. Then I might bring my right hand down onto my right knee and lift the left arm up. If there's farther to travel, I might be able to lean my forearm down. And I want to be aware if I'm really like tilting forward here, I could bring my left shoulder back. And I'm aware I'm not really resting all my weight into this. I'm reaching with my side ribs. That's good. And then we're coming up. So that extended side angle in the chair is also pretty intense. Let's bring the feet back. And that could be a little intense on the back too. So take it ease. I'm going to walk it out between sides. And I might take 3 lion's breaths. All right. Second side, left toes to the left, toe and knee pointing in the same direction. I could start on this modification by bringing my right foot forward, heel on the ground, toe is reaching up. This might be where I stay for this. Maybe there's a little farther to travel and I could swing the leg back. The sole of the foot could be on the earth. This can put a lot of pressure in that right hip, so just stay safe for me. Stay safe. Don't be a hero. Sitting up nice and tall, spreading your wings, and you can shift your gaze over that left finger. Where can you soften? Where can you strengthen? Strengthening in the lower limbs, the core, softening in the shoulders and the jaw and the face. Let's flip the left hand. Inhale, trace the ceiling, right arm coming down onto the right leg. Exhaling back to warrior two. You got it. Could be just one arm. Inhaling. Exhaling. And one last time, reverse. And warrior two. Bringing that left hand down onto the left knee. The right arm can travel up and over. Seeing how far I want to go here. Maybe the forearm comes down. Maybe I can really stretch through that right hand. You got it. And then releasing back to center. Nice job, guys. So we'll begin to wind down. Winding down with a stretch, my right ankle over my left knee. While I'm here, I might massage my right foot, if it's available to me. And if it's not, I will find another part of my body to massage. Grabbing onto my shin. My foot is flexed. I reach my heart forward and soften my shoulders. Find my breath. I could even soften my gaze down or close my eyes. Sighing the breath out the mouth. Lengthening the back of my neck. You got it. One more breath. Sitting up tall. Cross the knee over if it's not already there. Circling that right ankle a few times. And then I'll take my arms out to the sides. And as if my heart were a camera, I wanted to twist to the right to take a picture of something on the wall over there. And let the arms come down, keeping my torso twisted to the right, using all those core muscles, peeking over my right shoulder. Breath in, breath out. One more breath. Come on back. Left ankle, right knee. Finding our figure 4 on this side could feel different. Yeah, take it slow, Joe. Take some water if you need it. You got it. Massage the foot if it's available. Get in there. The ankles, good too. All right, I'm going to grab onto my shin or wherever feels best, leaning forward, leaning my heart forward, relaxing the shoulders. My shoulders can just slide down away from my ears. Soften my gaze, close my eyes, easy breath. Beautiful. One more easy breath. And then we're sitting up and crossing the leg over and rolling the ankle. All right, opening your arms out to the sides, showing up for yoga today. Taking a breath in. As I exhale, I'll point my heart camera to the left. Take a picture of something on the left side with that heart camera, and then let the arms drape down wherever they land. Soften the shoulders. Chin is level with the earth. Easy breath. And come on back to center. Take a big stretch. Stretch everything. And then we'll wind down with a little bit more bee's breath together. So bee's breath, I'm going to do with the assistance of my bowls. So you can hear these bowls. And see if the bee's breath can be a meditative practice for you. If you end up not feeling like making a vibration, you can just listen. As you breathe in, expand the belly. Breathe out, soften. And with your mind, move your mind to the part of the body that feels like center. It is from this part of the body we can emanate the sound or the humming sound of the bee. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling, humming with the mouth closed. Closing the eyes. Letting the vibration you're creating find its way to any part of the body that needs a little extra support right now. Sending your personal vibration to help heal any injuries, illnesses. With 3 more breaths. Letting that just carry on, continue to resonate. You could bring your hands to heart center. close the class with one Om and three Shantis. Shanti means peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste. I'll see you again soon, I hope.